Thank you for watching the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. Pittsburgh. A federal judge on Thursday dismissed a lawsuit filed by a Pittsburgh area woman who claims Bill Cosby defamed her when he and his representatives responded to allegations that he drugged and sexually assaulted her and other women. The October lawsuit filed by Renita Hill, 48, of Baldwin, was dismissed with prejudice, meaning she cannot try to amend and refile it. Hill went public with her allegations on November 2014 in an interview on Pittsburgh KDKA TV, in which she said she was emboldened by other women who had made similar accusations against Cosby. Her lawsuit says she was made out to be a liar and extortionist when the comedian, his wife, and his attorney issued blanket denials. U.S. District Judge Arthur Schwab agreed with Cosby's attorneys that the statements were opinions protected by the First Amendment. Quote, even considering these three statements together as a combined single statement, this newly conjoined statement does not lead to an inference that plaintiff is a liar and an extortionist, the judge wrote. Cosby's attorneys referred questions to a spokeswoman who didn't immediately comment on the ruling. Hill's attorney, George Contos, promised to appeal, saying he strongly disagreed with the judge's reasoning. Quote, the basis of his opinion is these are constitutional protective pure opinions, Kanto said, but looked at as a whole, they contain all sorts of innuendo and undisclosed facts, end quote. A day after Hill's interview, Cosby's attorney, Martin Singer, issued a statement saying, quote, the new, never-before-heard claims from women who have come forward in the past 2 weeks with unsubstantiated, fantastical stories about things they say occurred 30, 40, or even 50 years ago have escalated far past the point of absurdity, end quote. Cosby and his wife, Camille, made separate statements in the weeks that followed, with Cosby saying he refused to respond to innuendos and inviting the public to fact-check his accusers. Camille Cosby accused media outlets of violating rules of journalistic integrity by publishing some of the allegations without properly vetting accusers. The same thing that I said. The same thing anybody smart would say. Contos had argued in an earlier court filing that those statements weren't pure opinions protected by the First Amendment because they included undisclosed facts, namely the implication that Hill and the other accusers are lying. But Judge Schwab found the statements citing innuendo and fact-checking were a far cry from labeling the accusers liars and extortionists. I mean, we can't have people actually be liars and extortionists, can we, when we see that they're liars and extortionists, but we're going to ignore that fact. Cosby has yet to respond specifically to Hill's allegations that he drugged and molested her several times after they met on the TV show Picture Pages in 1983. Hill claims that went on for about 4 years, starting when she was 16, and that Cosby helped pay for her college and would fly her to cities where he was performing until she cut off contact with him about 4 years later. 7 women are suing Cosby in federal court in Massachusetts for defamation. Like Hill, those women contend Cosby defamed them by allowing his representatives to brand them as liars. In December, Cosby countersued, saying the women made malicious, opportunistic, and false and defamatory accusations against him for monetary gain. Since then, Cosby has been criminally charged in suburban Philadelphia with sexually assaulting a woman in 2004 after giving her drugs that made her drowsy and unable to resist, allegedly. A judge has set February 2 hearing on a motion by Cosby's attorney to have those charges dismissed. Tell me what you think about this Renita Hill character and her lovely face and her allegations that he molested her for 4 years. And I believe the DA opined that this was an impossibility also, but the lawsuit went to court. Thank you for watching the Shakaama live show.